Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
What is up, guys? It's Dino here, and today I'm coming at you with 5 tips on how to approach girls. So let's get started. The first tip is the 5-second rule. Now, what does that mean? Well, it means when you see a beautiful girl, an attractive girl that you want to go and talk to, you got to do it within 5 seconds. Otherwise, your mind's going to take over. It's going to make up excuses as to why you shouldn't or why you can't, and then you're done for. You won't do it after that because you're going to be intimidated, you're going to be afraid, and you're going to have all these excuses going through your head. So to avoid this, go within 5 seconds and approach her, okay? Even if it's just going up to her and saying hi. If you do that within 5 seconds, you're good. Then you've started the conversation. Once you've started the conversation, then you're looking to just keep it flowing, be in the present moment. Don't be stuck up in your head thinking of what you're gonna say next, what she's gonna say, what can you say that's gonna be perfect, you know, what's the perfect line. Don't think of any of that. Just say, hi, my name is whatever your name is, what's yours, okay? That's it, nice and simple to start off with. And then you can go into a little bit of small talk, asking her how her day's going, where she's going. Ask her some questions so that she can answer you with more than a yes or a no, okay? Once she replies with more than a yes or no and you're listening to her answers, then you can use that to carry on the conversation. The second tip is limited or no drinking, okay? So this is more if you're in a bar scene or in a club or anything like that, where you're gonna go and approach a girl where, you know, the environment is full of alcohol around you, okay? Either don't drink at all, or be very, very limited to 1 or 2 drinks for the night, okay, when you're approaching girls. Because what you don't want is you don't want the alcohol to give you that liquid courage to go and approach girls. You want it to be as natural as possible, because if you practice as natural as possible without the drink in the club, then when it comes to approaching a girl on the street and you don't have drink, then you can still do it. If you rely on the alcohol too much, you're going to be unnaturally confident or maybe overconfident. You're not going to be yourself, and then if you want to turn that into a relationship, then it's not going to be good, because she didn't know you from the start as you. She knew you as the drunk guy at the bar who was really confident that night. If you're not looking for a relationship and you just want a one-night stand, then you can go and drink and go and approach girls, but I still wouldn't recommend it, because you want to know who the person is, you want to remember the night, and also you just, like I said, you want to have that natural confidence, or at least build it up if you don't have it already. So really limit your drink, or don't drink at all, okay? That's tip number 2. Tip number 3 is make it a game, okay? Now, I don't mean go and play games with girls, okay? Don't mess them about. What I mean is play a game either with yourself or with a friend, okay? So you can go with a friend to a bar, okay? You take it in turns to approach girls, or it doesn't have to be a bar, whichever setting you prefer. And you take it in turns to approach girls, okay? But maybe you pick the girl that he has to approach, and he picks the girl that you have to approach, okay? So you can do it that way to make it fun, or you can make it a game in a different way, as who gets the most numbers or who gets the most contact details, whether it's social media or, you know, phone numbers or whatever it is. The one that wins that has to decide a forfeit for the loser. That could be push-ups, or that could be, I don't know, something funny. It depends, whatever it is, okay? But try to make it a game, especially if you don't have that much confidence at the start. Take a friend with you, make it a game with a friend, okay? And that's going to help build up your confidence approaching girls, because you're thinking of it as a fun activity rather than as something you have to do that you're scared of, okay? You can also challenge yourself and make it a game with yourself. So for example, you have to approach 3 girls, and you give yourself a time limit, okay? So maybe it's an hour, maybe it's 30 minutes, depending on how confident you are and how frequently you can go and approach girls. Make a target for yourself, you know, make it like a challenge or a game, something fun like that. Okay, tip number 4 is don't go for the really drunk girls. Okay, so alcohol and dating and sex isn't really the best mix, okay? So the reason why I say this is, again, if you're in a bar or a club situation, don't go for the drunkest girls because 1, they're gonna be out of it, yeah? 2, they're not gonna remember who you are, and 3, they might, when they wake up the next morning, they might cause you problems saying that they didn't give you consent or that it was rape or whatever, sexual assault, sexual harassment, whatever you want to call it. They might say that that's the case, and even if it wasn't, okay, but they don't remember because they were that drunk, but they ended up in your place somehow, or you ended up at theirs, and they're gonna feel like they got assaulted or something, or violated in some sort of way, and then it's gonna cause you a lot of problems in the future. So just avoid the drunkest girls as much as possible. Tip number 5 is don't be up in your head. So I touched upon this point a little bit in point number 1, in tip number 1. When you're talking to someone, don't be up in your head thinking, oh, what am I gonna say next? Or is there something funny that I can say now? Or what should I say next? Or what can I do now? What's the conversation gonna go? Oh shit, there's an awkward silence. Forget all that. Don't be up in your head because that's just gonna make it worse, okay? Think of it as if you're talking to a friend or a family member or a work colleague, someone like that you're not nervous talking to, okay? When you're not nervous talking to someone, you just talk naturally, the conversation flows, they say something, you respond, they say something, you think of something funny, you say it, and it just carries on like that. That's how conversation goes, right? So when you're talking to a girl that you really like, think of it as you're talking to a friend or a family member or work colleague, where the conversation just flows naturally. You're not nervous, you're not thinking of, does she like me, does she not, is the conversation going well, is it not, is there an awkward silence? Don't think of any of that. Just try to speak to her as you would to anyone else that you're not attracted to, okay? That's gonna calm you down, take a little bit of the nerves away, and then the conversation can hopefully just flow naturally. Right guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. Those were 5 tips on how to approach girls, how to talk to girls, and how to just get the conversation going. If you did like it, press the like button below. If you haven't already subscribed, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.